What's good, y'all? It's the Doomashettes React, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. So excited about this video. If you're new to us
And we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, all right? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Let's get it.
Afro.
Short intro.
Togo has a population of 8 million people in 2021. Nearly 40 different West African languages are spoken here, including the Gbe dialects like Ewe, Gur, and Kabir.
No, Edao Nyakpokpo Nto.
French is the official language, and CFA being the country's currency. About 44% of the population are Christians, and about 36% practice this. Well, we'll talk about that in a moment.
Yeah, what they do?
The actual size of Togo.
Togo used to be way bigger than it is today. So what happened? You see, this part of Ghana known today as the Volta region used to be part of Togo. Togo was originally colonized by the Germans, who were defeated during the First World War by the British and French forces. As a benefit of the spoils of war, Togo was split into two, whereby British occupied English-speaking Western Togo, while the French occupied French-speaking Eastern Togo. But in 1956, the western part joined war the following year, was to become the independent state of Ghana. French-speaking Eastern Togo remained autonomous and later gained its independence some 3 years later.
Okay.
World's largest voodoo market.
All are souvenirs. People call this one voodoo doll, but normally voodoo is not negative, voodoo is positive. And then in our tradition, voodoo represents the four elements of this life: the spirit of the fire, the water, the wind, and the air.
Like most people when thinking
Bro,
about
so
it.
I don't know why, but every time we see voodoo, I think we all think the same about the rep that it has. You know what I'm
The
saying?
bad rep,
Coming up, we seen it on movies, how people have dolls, and it would be on scary movies, and they would, put pins in it and stuff, and we instantly got the reality of voodoo from movies without really knowing
Yeah.
the real studies that it comes from Africa. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't say we wouldn't know that.
Well, coming up, watching TV. Okay,
Well, you grew up in a different part of
so
our state. That's why.
it's crazy. We next door neighbors. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
But so coming up, being in New Orleans, you telling me that you grew up seeing voodoo and knowing what it was at the age as a young girl?
in the French
Interesting.
market, there was voodoo dolls. It's in our culture.
It was in the culture. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Marie Laveau.
Okay.
Her house was literally down the street from mine.
Yeah, I mean, New Orleans kind of does have a rep for that.
Yeah, we lived on the same street, St. Anne.
Yeah, the whole South actually, in a sense, I guess you could say that. But coming up for me, it's like watching it on movies. I didn't get the.
It wasn't.
It wasn't as thoroughly explained as you could be. Like if you speak.
It was
with somebody,
demonized.
most
Yeah.
likely, yeah.
Word voodoo, the first thing that comes to mind is dolls and needles. Visiting the voodoo market in Togo will teach you some real facts you got to know about this fascinating religion. Voodoo markets in Togo is not your typical market. It is the most unusual market you would
Nah, it
ever
wasn't
witness.
nothing like that. I'll
The
tell you
market
that.
is
Hey,
widely known
again.
to stock the world's weirdest merchandise. You can find these items and everything else you might need for your, you know what.
But this one you see is a very powerful. That is the woman and the man. Ability and ability. The two are family protection. It's to protect your family.
Tourists coming here do it for fun, but the native though, they mean business. Speaking of which, would you
Right.
love to have one of these voodoo dolls in your bedroom? No?
Fighting festival.
Now, see, although it was always around, especially when we would go, me and my brother would go to the French quarters and we would work.
Mm-hmm.
It was always around, especially with like the priestess who would be out and reading poems and things like that.
Right.
But there was one thing we were always taught: don't play with it if you don't know what you're doing and don't know what you're talking about and all that. So
Right.
that's why I be like, I understand that it is real. That's just something that I don't. That's not mine.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, 100%. But you was aware of it though,
Yeah.
and I don't think I hear that from too many people. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like coming up from the South, they have like a lot of moments where you can say, okay, they have it in a deep bayou. You know, things of that nature where you get the nice swampy, mossy trees and stuff. Those type of creek areas, as they would probably say. And then also for TV and television. You know, you see it on there and people would be doing these things like you mentioned, needles and dolls, and that's how they painted it. But then again, you got people that's going there as tourists and they're taking it as just like kind of entertainment.
Right.
Right.
And it's not.
So it's
you
like
thinking
they could be
it's
taking it back and making it out to be more than, less than what it actually means.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's
things travel. You playing around with something that's powerful,
exactly without even knowing how powerful it is.
and you got it in your hand. Just a, yeah.
Yeah, it's a conversation for another day though.
Togo culture is highlighted by its prominent festivals, out of which came Evala, a traditional fighting festival that lasts for 10 good days. You see, almost all African traditional societies perform coming-of-age ceremonies, and Evala is one of these traditional ceremonies performed by the Kabila people in northern Togo. It is a 2-week-long ceremony performed in the first half of July each year. The main activity, you guessed right, is wrestling.
Gosh.
Young men participate in Evala as a ritualistic form of transition into adulthood. For these people, wrestling symbolizes readiness to take up challenges of adulthood, such as defending your community against enemies. Evala is important for the people, so much that even the president hardly ever misses it.
Africa is
So
beautiful
if the
state.
president is there, you know it's big for the culture. I think we have seen something similar to this where it was also, I believe, by choice where the men can go and be involved in this type of things. Most likely the women, some women didn't want their husbands involved in this.
Right.
I think you know what I'm talking about, right?
The vendor.
Could have been
in
the
South
vendor.
Africa.
And it kind of looks similar to this. But this one seems more involved as like you have
Wrestling.
to. You have to go do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lomé is the capital city of Togo, and one cannot simply visit Togo without visiting Lomé. Lomé is considered to be one of the most beautiful cities in West Africa and used to be referred to as the Paris of West Africa due to its broad boulevard and cosmopolitan atmosphere. The street of Lomé is filled with vibrant markets, friendly people, and good food.
Heard that.
Kutamako.
Kutamako, officially named as World Heritage Site by UNESCO, land of the Batarimba or the Tamari people, Kutamako of northern Togo is a region of rustic villages built from mud walls and thatch roofs. These houses are very famous for their 2-story fortified houses known as Tatasomba.
Oh, that's different.
The ground floor houses livestock at night. Internal alcoves are used for cooking, and the upper floor contains a rooftop courtyard that is used for drying grain, as well as containing sleeping quarters and granaries. Visit this place if you want to know more about the traditions of the tribal folk who fled here to avoid capture during the years of the slave trade.
Yeah, that got a story behind that.
What produces our phosphate?
Togo is the world's 4th largest producer of phosphate. Thanks to this, watermelons are increasing in size every year. Despite being a top producer of phosphate and other minerals, it is one of the least developed countries in the world. Resource management is a key challenge here, which cries for experts to come and offer help. You can be that candle in the dark that lights up a glimmer of hope by giving this video a thumbs up. Thank you.
Home of tire sandals.
Sandals made from worn-out tires
okay.
are known to be extremely resilient. This makes them loved by desert communities and those in areas with thorny vegetation.
That's a
In
flex.
Togo, crafts and toys of all kinds are made out of worn-out tires.
like I
However,
saw
the
this
most
before.
controversial
Does seem
usage is
familiar,
that
huh?
of singeing meat by using fire from these worn-out tires. This has become pretty much a common practice in most West African countries. So while in Togo it is important to be cautious about eating roasted meat without knowledge of how it has been roasted.
Music and dance.
Traditional Togolese music and dance are essential part of the country's culture. Through songs and movement, Togolese pass down folklore, values, real-life experiences, and history from generation to the other. Togolese music is fierce and originates from ancient initiation rites celebrating bravery, strength, purity, and honor.
Okay, if y'all
Nice.
want to see our reaction to the Togo dances, be sure to go check out that video. All right, if we remember, we'll link it down in my comment section down below.
Right,
But
right.
that was a real good video. We always love seeing the dances, learning the meanings behind them and why they do them. Always a great time.
Yeah, facts.
Drums dominate typical Togolese music, which is often accompanied by dancing. In the fire dance, for instance, participants handle burning embers and pass them over their bare skin without apparent pain or damage to their bodies. Now, that's some god level shit.
Bruh.
Just
Different.
eating it all.
Manners on steroids.
Togolese take manners seriously.
Manners.
If you ever find yourself in Togo and someone older than you, who happens to be an
Manners.
acquaintance, is carrying stuff, as a sign of respect, you should make an offer to help them carry it. In Togo, tradition expects the younger generation to appreciate the elders' role in bringing them up by relieving them of heavy burden in their old age. That means taking up heavy stuff, standing up for the elderly to have a seat,
That's right.
bowing your head while greeting the elderly, and serving them food are some of the ways to show appreciation and respect in this country. Would you love to visit Togo anytime soon? Let us know in the comment section below. Share
Yeah, we're gonna stop right there. Make sure you guys go and check the channel out. I think when it comes to that, it's important to know that kids and elderly folks kind of play the same role. You know what I'm saying? They're in need. They're gonna need some level of support. Why? Because for one, children are like, they're children. Sometimes they
learning.
can't walk. They're learning. They're still getting themselves together. Sometimes elders, they can't tend for themselves 1,000% like they could if they was in their prime. So they need that extra support. And I think
Right.
it's like a blessing to give like that.
It's a blessing
It's
to
really a
be in
blessing.
the presence of an elder.
Yeah,
it
it
really
really
is.
is.
The wisdom, everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Love it. All right, y'all. We hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.